Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to do something a little different today, something we haven't really done before. You've heard me talk about the Weight Watchers diet a little bit, and it's been awesome for me. But I want to talk to you about something I'm thinking about a little bit differently, and how do I now get to the final level of my ultimate fitness goal. I'm not walking away from Weight Watchers in any way, shape, or form. They have actually helped me a ton, but I'm now trying to get to that next level and get myself to lose a little bit more weight. I have still a little bit of weight around the midsection, a little bit of weight in my legs, just a little, not a lot that I want to lose. So probably another 8 to 10 pounds. I'm always interested in finding other things that I can do that go along with the diet we've done with Weight Watchers. To me, the coolest thing is Weight Watchers really does lend itself to combining other diets with it, right? Because you can do any diet you want with Weight Watchers as long as you're staying within your points balance. So someone recommended this book for me, and it's called Eat Right for Your Type, and it's about your blood type and the individual blood types and how it ties into our diet and fitness. And thank you, Christine. I bought it. It's really cool. I just finished reading the book. So what I want to share with you now is just a little bit about what I learned in this book, and then how I'm going to use it in my own journey over the next, let's say, April and May, and I'll come back and share with you at the end of May on if I noticed any difference in this for me. But what this really does is it actually walks you the 4 major blood types, right, that you have. There's really 4 blood types, right? There's type O, type A, type B, type AB, and it talks about how each one of those works well, what foods work best, how your body kind of adapts through evolution into some of this work, and then what different things you can do to help reduce stress and build a better metabolism. So I'm type O, and when I read this book, it was really interesting. They talked about type O being the hunter, right? And this was like the oldest blood type that exists. It's the original blood type. And this is what we've had since people came to be. And so type O is the people that would hunt and they would eat a lot of meat. Man, this is so true for me. And what was interesting as I started to dive into it is they talked about specific meats I should be eating. And like most of us that go on a diet, I tend to eat a ton of poultry, a ton. Lots of chicken, lots of turkey. This book isn't telling me I shouldn't do that. What it's saying is I should eat more lean red meat. And what I found is when I exercise and I eat lean red meat, I do tend to have more energy, I do tend to process the protein better, and I do tend to feel better. The other thing that was interesting in here, so this is basically says type O is a meat eater. The other thing it talks about is how I respond to stress best with intense physical exercise. That could not be more true if I wrote it myself. As I've been in this exercise journey, I am loving all the intense physical exercise I can do, and I feel just so much better. I feel that release of the endorphins, and I just feel so much more at peace when I do a really intense workout. Like the workouts I do on the Peloton that I've shared with you. I'm always shooting for my own personal best, and I've gotten to the point now where I exercise 1.5 to 2.5 to 3 hours a day, and I try to do as much of that as intense as I possible, whether it's at the gym, now incorporating more running, definitely the really intense biking that we do. So those are really, really true for me, and it stood out. I wanted to share this book with you because I think it's something that I would recommend to anybody to go back in and read. And as you think about the other blood types, they talk about type A being the cultivator, right? This is someone that does really well on a plant-based diet, and they get their stress relief from calming action. So things like meditation, breathing, yoga. They talked about type B, and that's the nomad. People that respond well to dairy, and their actually stress release is creativity. And then the last one is type AB, which is kind of the hybrid, right? They call it the enigma. And they respond well to the best diet that's kind of a combination of A and B together. And their stress relief is really based on, physical, they use the words physical verve and creative energy, right? So it's a little bit of a hybrid of everything in there. But my ask would be, as you're thinking about changing your diet, right? I don't tell you to go in and lightly try to find a ton of different diets. What I'm suggesting is trying to find something that makes sense to you and ties into what you're looking to do. Like I said, Weight Watchers has been amazing for me because I can eat anything. But going through this book and looking at the type O diet and seeing them telling me, hey, I should be going in and eating, you see in here, they'll make recommendations on how much you should eat of each type of food every day, right? So there's actually a recommendation of different vegetables, different fruits, different meats, and how much I should eat it per week. Like, that's really a game changer for me as I try to get to the end of this journey. I've shared some pictures with you on some of the push-up workouts that we've done, but my body's almost where I want to get it to. I'll give Hannah from Peloton the credit for this quote, but I love this quote that she uses on some of the rides. Your body isn't delivered by Amazon. You're not going to get it overnight. And I'm in that place right now. Like, I've worked really, really hard, especially for like the last, let's call it 14 or 15 months. I'm really close to where I want to be, but I'm struggling at the end of this right now. I'm having a bad week this week on my diet, and I honestly really don't know why. I haven't eaten all that bad. I'll talk to you about it on my Saturday on my fitness update, and maybe I'll bounce back. Sometimes I do. I gain a little bit of weight at the beginning of the week, and I come back strong at the end of the week. But I'm struggling this week, and in that last 8 to 10 pounds that I'm trying to lose, I've been pretty stagnant for, let's call it 75 days, where I've gained a couple of pounds, lost a couple of pounds, but I've really just kind of stayed in anywhere from 187 to 193, and I can't get really out of that zone. People will tell you, well, that's just where your body's supposed to be. Now, that's bullshit. Like, my body is supposed to be where it's supposed to be, where I'm healthy, and I shouldn't still have extra fat stores. I still shouldn't be 18 or 19% body fat with the amount of workouts that I do. I should be somewhere in that 12 to 13% range, and that's where I think using this book is going to help me. So, recommendation from the channel, it's called, again, Eat Right for Your Type. Dr. Peter D'Amato. It's been out for over 20 years. We picked it up on Amazon, I want to say for $12 or $13. And again, I'm going to review this and I'll let you know how this goes. And the reason I'm giving it 60 days is my wife and I are going away in April for our wedding anniversary to Disney World. And again, I'll be honest with you, I like to live my life. I'm going to eat how I want when I'm in Disney. It's probably going to be a rough week. So I don't want that to skew this, but I figure if I have 7 weeks of following this plan, I think I can get a pretty accurate representation of how I feel, how my body's responding to it. Am I losing weight again? Have I kind of kickstarted my metabolism? But like I said, this is not me walking away from Weight Watchers. I can't thank Weight Watchers enough for everything they've done. This is just me layering something else in to help me get better and get healthier. So again, please hit that like and subscribe button. Stay and follow this journey. I'll give you some updates. But again, a really cool book to try if you're trying to kickstart your diet. Maybe you're struggling, you're trying to figure out what's not working well for you. Why have I not got to where I want to get to? This really just resonated with me, especially when they talked about your blood type when it comes to your diet has a bigger impact than your gender, your age, your race, any of that stuff. It really is the biggest single indicator they found that can help change that physical outcome that you're trying to get to by eating right for your blood type. So very, very cool. We love checking in with you. Look for our Saturday update video for our fitness vlog. Have an awesome day. We'll talk to everybody soon, and thanks for checking out the channel.